In asking to get fired news submitted by Shake and Bake, a McDonald's employee was fired for refusing to serve anyone with a badge.
Damn. That's ballsy.
There's like no cops, no firemen, no security guards.
Yeah, no public servants, pretty much.
You know what? Maybe he was looking out for their health.
Oh, you need to stay in shape, Mr.
Yeah, like I don't want to give you diabetes.
A lot of cholesterol here.
I like that.
So last Wednesday at a McDonald's location in Florida, an employee of McDonald's told a group of paramedics that they don't serve their kind here.
We'll serve your kind here.
Well, is it because the paramedics were of a certain race, or was it because of the badge?
It was specifically to officers and anyone with the badge.
We don't serve lifesavers here.
We don't do that.
I mean, I think in the wake of police brutality, that's probably where that person's coming from. I'm just assuming.
Could be.
And they're so stupid that they thought that the paramedics were cops.
Oh, you're a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like fat cops. They're like,
Did this person say why?
So this person said anyone with a badge. We don't serve them. I don't do that.
so there's people with breast cancer awareness badges, and they're like, no, fuck you, we don't serve your kind around
Boy
here.
Scout with merit badges.
Fuck you, Boy Scout, motherfucker.
I just got my help a grandmother badge. Nope, out.
The senior citizen security guard at Walmart, fuck you.
Fucked. Yep.
How long did this go on for?
So this basically the paramedics took to Facebook, and it kind of got solved in a Facebook amount of time, Facebook outrage amount of time.
I mean, why did they just
Call the manager.
Yeah, the fuck? It's the cashier, and then did everybody, were they all like, nah, fuck badges?
That's what one of the paramedics say. They say that they regret taking to Facebook for this, but they really didn't know what to do.
Let's talk to the manager.
What?
You
Just
always
ask.
talk to the
When there's
manager.
a problem, you just ask the manager.
Well, because the whole McDonald's was basically like, fuck you. So then
Oh, it was all the workers?
well, no, the employees that they were experiencing. So I don't think they were.
All the workers there?
No, just the person they were dealing.
Oh.
The McDonald's employee they were dealing.
Then you go to Carl's Jr.
I agree.
Burger King, man.
I would have taken it as a joke, like, ha, that's funny. And if they were serious, I was like, okay, I'll go to the next cashier.
Dude, I'd have been like, I'm a paramedic. What the fuck is your problem? Yeah. Like, if you started choking right now, I could save you.
I'd definitely question, like, are you serious? Because I think he's joking.
I would think he was joking too.
So here's the post, and you want to just read that?
I'm at
Geotagged it?
I'm at work in my Sunstar paramedic uniform. I walk into McDonald's just to use the bathroom, and an employee goes, "We don't accept officers in here." I tell her I'm not an officer. She then says, "Anyone with a badge," then says it to my partner as he walks in to order food. She says, "We don't serve your kind here." Just insane how people are. Feel free to share and repost.
That dumbass thought they were cops.
Yeah, they did.
Florida, baby.
It
doesn't matter. It's every weird shit happens in Florida.
I like how she took it into her own fucking. It's like, this is my store. You're not gonna fucking. It's like, bitch, you just work there. What the fuck?
But they get to do that all day. Think of it, like, you come in and you don't buy anything, and they're like, you can't use the bathroom, fuck you. Like, they're kings of their own kingdom.
Yeah. It's crazy that after they said we're not cops, they still stuck to it. They're like, we're not officers. We're Ghostbusters.
What if they were ghost hunters?
They're like, we care.
So yeah, then one of the paramedics took to Facebook, and you can read that.
The events that occurred the other night were unfortunate. In my frustration of the situation, I took to social media, which probably wasn't the best. There were other ways to handle the situation that could have been handled better, but that's my fault and I apologize. I understand the employee was terminated and McDonald's took the appropriate action. Thank you. I will not be answering phone calls or messages about the interview, so please stop blowing up my phone. I'm putting the situation behind me and going to continue to help people to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Because they get fucking bugged by the news. Every time shit goes viral like that, they go, "Can we get a quote?"
Exactly.
Anthony, you got him fired, so
That's just
you didn't help him at all.
And I'll never understand why people go to Facebook to complain about stuff. Like, I read all these news articles and they're all on Facebook, right? They're all from Facebook or something, and I'm like, I mean, not that anything happens to me per se, but like, fuck, I don't think I'm the type of person to be like, someone was racist towards me, or I feel insecure, and I don't think I'll ever do that. I don't understand why people do
Because it works.
It works?
Fucking works,
Do
dude.
they get anything out of it though? Like, I don't think.
They got the person fired that way.
That's the satisfaction.
What about like dealing with it like in the actual like talking to the manager, like resolving the conflict there instead of like
That seems healthier.
yeah.
People want to tell a story though. I feel like at first this is just something to vent about. Like, yeah, repost and reshare. You know, like you have 0 followers and like, you know, I don't think you have any expectations of it blowing up. But then when it blows up,
then you're just like, whoa.
oh shit. You know, like I'm just sharing amongst my friends. I'm pretty sure this paramedic doesn't do social media professionally, and it's just like, let me just tell this story.
A lot of people use Facebook in different ways.
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah, and if you don't use Facebook, you might not know Facebook culture. Because I just see a lot of people complaining all fucking day.
Dude, I've seen Uber Eats drivers on Twitter being like, "Damn, I only got a $1 tip. WTF?" And that's all they wrote. You know what I mean? But sometimes a story like that can just blow the fuck up and become this national thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when they steal like from their tip jar, or they puke in their car, or they like fucking they're drunk and they're like racist to them or some shit.
When they start wailing on them.
Or they eat
Yeah, they
their
get
food
beat
before you
up.
get to the customer.
So you just don't know. Like you said, everyone wants to tell their story. So everyone's just trying to get their story out there, and then sometimes it actually hits.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Shooting in the
That's
dark.
true, because venting's different from actually solving a problem. He was probably just trying to vent about his day,
Yeah,
and then
We believe this shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's probably what it was.
Well, it's not like he's like a Facebook fucking person.
But but to your point, it's just like, why didn't they ask for the manager? And at that point, the manager would go, you need to serve
Well,
them.
actually, I remember I wanted to complain at McDonald's one time. I went there, this was years ago. I was ordering chicken nuggets, and I said, hey, can I get a barbecue sauce? No, I didn't order chicken nuggets. I just wanted a barbecue sauce. And they were like, it's going to be 25 cents. So I was like, well, fuck this. I'm going inside. So I went inside. I'm like, yeah, I asked for a barbecue sauce. And the lady's like, it's going to be 25 cents. I'm like, I'd like to speak to the manager. They're like, I am the manager.
What'd you do? Facebook.
No, I went and got my 25 cents. And I was like, this is bullshit, you know?
And then, dude, while you were gone, she spit on the lid of the
She
container.
opened it, sealed it, heated it up, and sealed it again. And
I was trying to make it
give us
seem.
free sauce. You know that?
You know what's fascinating to me is it's like when you get nuggets, you know there's a sauce. What drives me crazy is when you get nuggets and there's no sauce.
You almost can't eat them anymore.
You're like, I'm so angry. I'm like, what the fuck?
The nuggets are sauce holders, bro.
But that's
Yeah.
the thing. But the person who works there, if they had any pride in their work, would be like, even if the sauce was incorrect, how can you give the nuggets without sauce?
Facts.
You might as well hand me an empty bag.
That's like giving me a cup with no drink inside. How dare you?
Sweet and sour.
Yeah,
That's my sauce.
I like the barbecue.
Barbecue.
I like the barbecue.
If we're talking McDonald's, I'm sweet and sour.
I'm a hot mustard guy. What do you guys think about people not wanting to serve people with badges at all?
I think it's great.
Please explain.
No.
Please explain.
I think the opposite is kind of cool, where you know people with badges get a discount because one, you want cops and people at your restaurant, so they're like, if a robber comes or whatever, you know,
It's my spot.
they're like, oh fuck, there's too many cops there. I don't want to go rob that place.
And most places have insane discounts. Like movie theaters could be $3 for a movie. Like everything's like 50%.
For cops and shit?
Yeah, a lot of cops, yeah.
And assuming, I mean, that they are working for the community, right? So you just wanna, like, if you own the restaurant, you just want paramedics and cops and whatever to come down, be friends with them. Because if shit goes down at your place, you want them to come down and be like, hey, what's up, Joe? Oh shit, what's going on? Oh, that's Joe's place. We gotta go and like help him out or something.
It's weird to treat them like they're the worst one. You know what I mean? Like the one you read about in the news, the police brutality guys and all that shit. It's weird to treat just like a cop at your establishment like they're that guy.
Your people,
Yeah.
you don't know.
There's a hole in the logic because then the next day they're off to work in their regular clothes, civilian clothes. They're walking in. You would serve them fine. You'd be like, oh, what's up, man? And here's your fries and your drink. And
That's like the whole all Muslims are terrorists thing, or like it's like all cops are fucking you know assholes and.
You really don't. I mean, and there's what, millions of cops or something out in America alone. Like there's a fuck ton of cops, right? So how can you let one action kind of dictate how they all are?
I think just because it's been happening for so long, you know, and right now it's been highlighted a lot, so people are just kind of on high alert. You don't even hear about some of the crimes that are happening to cops. Like people are out there just killing them when they're not in uniform. Like, oh, I remember his face. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Boom. They don't even talk about it.
That's true. Like when I'm researching for articles for JK News in general with Tiff, like I work with her behind the scenes, and I'm like looking up news articles, and you hear about like cops shooting that guy or shooting her, you know, and then occasionally come across articles where I'm like, the cop died. And I'll read about it, and I'm like, oh, gangbangers still exist in this world. They're targeting cops. Or like, you know, and you see all these things that are happening to cops, and cops have their funerals, and they're marching through the streets, and I'm like, oh shit, this is the other half of the stuff, but no one ever highlights it. No, it's not the fucking.
It's not sexy for the media.
It's not sexy for the media, yeah.
Because I mean, we know, like, we have friends who are cops and stuff, and we also know that there are incidents just right on our freeway here where there was a guy that he didn't want to go back to jail, so when he got pulled over and the cop came up to ask him for his license, they just shot him in the face and drove off. So that's why they're like, why are cops so trigger happy and paranoid? If I knew that my partner just got shot from a traffic violation, I think I'd be as paranoid too.
Yeah, you'd be traumatized.
Every stop, dude, every stop you could get blown away.
It's like playing Russian roulette.
You just never know what's gonna happen.
And then that's where I'm like, oh man, it just sucks, because then when you see both sides, it's hard to be like, it's your fault for doing something. It's like, man, I'm not even in your world. That shit's crazy.
Dude, I've been watching a bunch of shit about the OJ stuff, like OJ trial stuff. And it's kind of fucking crazy how I think back then the cops definitely tried to plant evidence.
Yeah, like, that's something too.
Yeah, it's real.
I mean, I think it was the 80s or 90s where the LAPD got caught actually planting crack on specifically black people.
That's why Dave Chappelle has that joke where every person
sprinkles some crack. Sprinkles some crack.
Yeah.
And then when that kind of history exists, it's like then there's distrust of the police from the community, and it's like, why would you want to call the cops? They're gonna plant crack on you.
Like OJ probably killed Nicole, right? Like everyone kind of accepts that, but there was so much fucking weird shit that they were able to easily convince the jury, like, hey, this is really suspect.
It's like making a murder where even if Stephen Avery did it, because the cops planted shit and fucked with evidence, it looks like shady.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just so hard to tell who's right and who's wrong, you know?
But I highly recommend, there's a couple videos that they did in, I think it was in early 2000s, or it was just after the OJ trial ended, and it's OJ himself giving all the counterpoints to his entire trial.
No way.
I'm not kidding. It's fucking dope. I watched all
by himself doing it.
OJ in a yellow sweater, and he's like, yeah, so like Marsha Clark told you this shit, but did she tell you this shit? And like, you're like, wow, I didn't even think of that. It's very interesting stuff.
So he's writing himself out?
Is it true? I mean,
he could be lying.
It seems really cogent, like arguments. Like he basically takes you through the whole thing.
Is he arguing for himself? Or is he arguing for the other side?
He's arguing for the defense. He's telling you a lot of things that the media.
But this was after he was.
Well, what did the media do during his entire trial? They inflated every little thing that they found. They're like, they found blood drops at OJ's house, and then OJ takes you to where the blood drops were found in his house, and he's like, here's why that's bullshit. And it's really interesting shit.
That's one of my like vivid early memories is watching the highway chase, because there was the year the Knicks were playing the Rockets in the NBA Finals, and I remember sitting with my brother, and then they cut away. There's no DVR back then.
Yeah. You're like, what are you?
We were always like, I remember my brother audibly going like, "What the fuck?" And I was like 3 years old, I think.
And helicopters followed. So my buddy's house was right here, and the freeway was like right there, so we could see the freeway from our house, from his house. We're on the front lawn, and he passed by. The high-speed pursuit happened right in front of us. It was crazy.